He has been the heartbeat behind rock legend Patti Smith for more than 5 decades, and his influence on rock and roll runs deep.
Lenny Kaye is a legendary guitarist, music historian, and the man who in 1972 curated a collection of forgotten garage rock gems called Nuggets, widely credited with helping launch the punk rock movement. And we welcome Lenny to our 3 News studio. Lenny, thanks for coming in. I know you're in Cleveland this week at the Rock Hall, and I'm curious what feelings you get, what emotions you get when you walk into that building knowing that you've had such a profound impact on the history inside of it.
Well, to be honest, Jay, I feel really humbled. You know, here I am, a kind of wild animal kid growing up in New Jersey, wasn't really good at sports, wasn't that great at school. But when I picked up the guitar for the first time, I started realizing who I wanted to become. And of course, it's a miracle that I'm still here. I never learned to read music, but
Wow.
I'm still playing that guitar, and yeah, I play by ear.
Incredible.
Self-taught.
Self-taught for sure.
Wow.
I think I had one lesson, and they taught me a scale, and I thought, well, I don't know.
Well, that's a gift. No
It
doubt about
absolutely
Yeah,
is.
that
You either
a
have it or
gift.
you don't.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's always helped me with Patti because my main thing with her is to watch how she breathes, and she improvises a lot. And so, you know, I can't just do the standard Chuck Berry licks behind her. I have to, you know, kind of follow her emotions and the narrative she's constructing. And, you know, it's playing by ear, but that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's what makes it memorable to us who are watching. Yeah. So for people who aren't familiar, let's talk about Nuggets.
Okay.
You know, what they are, you know, where they came from, and why they still matter.
Well, it's an album centered in kind of forgotten songs from the 60s, medium-sized hits, songs that were deep tracks. When Elektra Records asked me to assemble it, I was a record store clerk in Greenwich Village. And so I just put my favorite records on there, simple as that. And I was too close to it to see that there was kind of an overwhelming theme. They all seemed so different to me. But then this term garage rock came, which was kind of the type of bands that grew up seeing the Beatles on Ed Sullivan, wanting to be that type of group, and then finding their own way. It kind of brought it back down to the grassroots. I always think of it as the primal instinct of why somebody picks up a guitar, including myself. I mean, that's who I was in the 60s. And so it's a sense of understanding who you could be and celebrating that, simply, you know. And plus, they're great songs. I mean, Nuggets just had its 50th anniversary, a compilation album, you know, from 50 years ago that actually has songs that still provide inspiration to people. That's amazing. But they're all great songs, and on Friday night at Beachland Ballroom, we've gathered many local musicians who are going to sing their favorite Nuggets song, and we're going to have a good time celebrating, essentially, the spirit and emotion of rock and roll.
Yeah, that celebration is really going to be the crescendo of this entire event. It really has stood the test of time. That means you must have a really keen ear for music, and what you like resonates with the masses. But Lenny, thank you so much for coming in.
It's my pleasure.
And it's a pleasure to have you in. And
I'm going to be at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame tomorrow doing a presentation a little different. I'm going to be reading from my book, Lightning Striking, which is about rock and roll and starts in Cleveland.
Wow.
In 1952 at Alan Freed's first riot.
Where it all began.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's why I'm here. I love the music, and of course having the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame here in Cleveland is such a blessing. It's a great institution, and celebrates the music that gives us heart and life and a little bit of illumination.
And a lot of healing. Music is very healing, I think. So.
That's why humans make music, because it helps you connect with who you are emotionally.
No doubt.
Amen.
Lenny, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
You're a gift.
Christy J, I'm so happy to be here on the television. Hi.
It's funny, every day when Christy comes in the studio, she does the same thing.
Hi.
Lenny, thanks again for coming in.
Pleasure.
Yeah, very, very cool.